Welcome back. So now we will see what is critical path method, what is a critical path, what is a critical path method, and for a better understanding we will solve one problem and understand that. So it is first very important, after understanding what is a network and how to construct a network, we need to understand what is a critical activity. Any activity is said to be critical when doing a project. Any activity is said to be critical if the delay in its start will cause a further delay in completion of the entire project. Means if one activity gets late, it is obvious that the next following activity or the succeeding activity will get delayed, and so on. It will have a repercussion effect on all other activities, and the entire project duration will get delayed. So any such activity or such activities in a project wherein they are said to be very critical, where delay in that particular activity will cause further delay in other activities, such activities are called as critical activities. There are other activities also where they are not critical. Even if there is certain delay in those activities, it will not hamper the entire project duration. They are also activities in the project, but they are not critical activities. Critical activity is one which is very critical, wherein any delay in that start of that event will cause further delay in other activities. Now, what is a critical path? Now, set of critical activities, if you follow it, that is called a critical path in simple words. Now, we'll see here that the sequence of critical activities in a network which determines the duration of a project is called a critical path. Obviously in any of the problems we need to find critical path. We'll understand how it works. In the network, it is denoted by double line and identifies all critical activities. So joining of all critical activities will give you a critical path, and it is denoted by double lines. You understand that? Okay. Now, the last thing, using this critical activity and critical path, we need to solve the critical path method. Now, what is critical path method? Critical path method is a step-by-step procedure for scheduling the activities in a project. It is an important tool related to effective project management. Now, it is a step-by-step procedure what we will follow in solving the critical path method problems in network analysis. Now, let us see this problem and try and understand how to solve using critical path method. Now, in the exercise, in this particular problem or the exercise, it is given that a project schedule has following characteristics. It means activity is there. For each of the activities, now they are given you time in days. For 1 to 2, whatever this activity is there, it takes 4 days to complete. Activity 1 to 3 requires 1 day, 2 to 4 1 day. In the similarly 3 to 5, which this activity is there, it takes 6 days. So like that, so many activities are there and their respective times are given. Now, what they've asked us to do is, from the above information, you are required to, first one is construct a network diagram, which we'll be doing it now. After doing so, compute the earliest event time and the latest event times, which will also be doing. The third one is determine the critical path and total project duration. So we need to find the critical path, means joining of all the critical activities will give us the critical path and the total project duration. How many days, entire days it will take to complete all these activities. Okay, and compute total float and free float. Total and free float means it is total float and free float for each activity. These are the things we need to do in a problem. They are little lengthy problems. Anyway, we'll see how to understand. Now, what is a project? Project can be anything which we are trying to build a house. Now, to build a house, we need to complete all these activities. If we complete all these activities, you are building the house. Now, how many days it will take? It is there here to complete all the activities. But a project, some activities are parallel together. Some activities go parallel, right? So when you are doing the furnishing, when you are doing the flooring as well as some other wooden work, you can do it simultaneously. Those two activities can be done simultaneously. So for the total project duration, what they have asked, you should not add all these things. That's not the correct method. You need to first draw the network diagram, then you will come to know which are the parallel events, which are the critical events and critical path. Then you will be able to understand what will be the total project duration. Based on the critical path only, you get to know the total project duration. Now anyway, we will start solving this problem. Okay. So once we are here, now let us see the first activities 1 to 2 and the first activities 1 to 2 and the total time required is 4. This is the activity and this is the time or the duration. Right? So first activity I will take from here, that is, this is the first event. This is 1 to 2 and it will take 4 days to complete. Now the second activity is 1 to 3. I will not write everything, just for your convenience. I am just writing it for your understanding. 1 to 3, it takes 1 day. So I will take 1 to 3 from here. It will take 1 day. Now the next one is 2 to 4. It will take 1 day. So it is 2 to 4. Now let me take 4 as 4 here. 2 to 4. And it will take 1 day. And there is next activity, that is 3 to 4. It will also take 1 day. 3 to 4. Alright. Now you have next activity, that is 3 to 5. You have next activity which is called 3 to 5. That will also take 6 days. Now this takes 6 days. Now next activity is 4 to 9. Right. So it is 4 to 9. 4 to 9. It takes 5 days. The next one is 5 to 6. Now this takes 4 days. Then 6 to 8. Now the 6 to 8 takes 1 day. Now 7 to 8. There is one more thing here, that is 5 to 7, which is there. 5 to 7. This activity takes 8 days, and 7 to 8 takes 2 days. Right. Then 8 to 10. There is one more event here. 10. 8 to 10 takes 5 days, and 9 to 10 takes 7 days. Okay. Now, the first part of the problem we have already solved it by putting this network. First, A section was compute a network diagram. We have already done it. Okay. So this is your network diagram. So the second step is compute the earliest time, the earliest event time and the latest event time, what they have asked us to do. Okay. So you need to draw a table here. Okay. You need to draw one table. I will write down the table values. Okay. Table, what all things should be covered in the table. You need to basically write that. Okay. So first one is activity. Okay. Second one is the time. So the activity is 1 to 2, that is 4. 1 to 3, that is 1. Like this. You need to have table. Then the next element in the table will be earliest, and this is latest. Latest, earliest start, earliest finish. Latest start, latest finish. So you need to draw the lines like this, and you need to split this also. You need to have the table like this. Okay. Then the last one is TF, that is total float, and the last one is free float. This kind of table is required when you are dealing with such a problem. Okay, right. Now the first point is, when we start with the activity, okay, we need to write this earliest start and earliest finish, which I will write it there for your convenience. You should be writing in this table basically. Okay. Okay. Now here is the. Okay. I'll try if I can possibly write both earliest and this is latest. I'll see if I can write both here. This is start, this is finish, this is start and this is finish. I'll try to manage within the limited space what I have. Okay. Now let us see how to do this. Now when we are starting, okay, we need to have this kind of a box here for this each event. Now for the first box, when we are starting any activity, it starts with 0 time. Okay. Now from this event to this event, it is activity 1 to 2. It takes 4 days. Okay. When you complete 1 to 2, how much time it will take? You should write here. This time is from 0 plus 4, it takes total 4 days. Okay. Similarly, you have to write here for activity 1 to 2, earliest start is 0, earliest finish is 4. You got this? Now similarly, for the next one, that is 1 to 3. For 1 to 3, earliest start is 0, earliest finish will be, I will put a box like this, 0 plus 1 is 1. So start with 0, ends with 1. The next thing is 2 to 4. 2 to 4 is here. 4 is the start. So I will write 4 here. End is 4 plus 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So the stop is 5 there. Next one is 3 to 4. 3 to 4. Here it starts with 1, then 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Similarly, you should go on writing for each and every activity. So, here it is then 3 to 4. After 3 to 4, it is 3 to 5. 3 to 5, it is 1 plus 6. And then naturally, we will get it is 7. Starts with 1, ends at 7. Okay. Now the next one is 4 to 9. 4 to 9. That is starts with 5. 5 plus 5 is equal to 10. Starts with 5, ends with 10. The next one is 5 to 6. 5 to 6. Now naturally it is starts with 7. 7 plus 4 is 11. So 7 and 11. Starts with 7, ends with 11. Then next one is 5 to 7. 5 to 7. So I'll put it here. 7 plus 8, 15. Starts with 7, ends with 15. Starts with 7, ends with 15. Now next one is 6 to 8. 6 to 8 is here. I'll write it here. 11 plus 1 is 12. So starts with 11, ends with 12. Okay. So that is 6 to 8. Then 7 to 8. 7 to 8. Starts with 15, ends with 17. Now here there are two figures. If you come from 11 to 8, 6 to 8, it is 11 plus 1, that is 12. From 7 to 8 if you go, it is 15 plus 2, which is 17. So in these two, you need to take whichever is maximum. So from here if you go, it will get 12. From here you go, you will get 17. So you should take, whenever you are going forward like this, it is called as forward passing. You are calculating the earliest start and earliest finish. From left to right you are going. This is called as forward passing. When you are doing forward passing, you should take the maximum value here when two networks are converging. Now, when you are going backwards, from here again you should fill these upper boxes, spaces in upper box. When you are doing that, that is called as backward passing. When you are doing that, when two network, when they come back, you need to fill whichever is minimum here at that time. Okay. Now you are doing forward passing because you are going forward. So you need to take maximum. From 6 to 8 if you go, you are getting 12. From 7 to 8 if you are going, then you are getting 17. So which one you should take? Maximum, forward passing. So I will take, instead of 12, I will take 17. So what I will do? I will write. So better you use pencil when I write it first and then you can take it. I will write 17 here. Okay. Then the last one, that is 7 to 8 is there. Then 8 to 10. From 8 to 10, I will put this box here. Shall I? Okay, 10 box. From 8 to 10, so you can put it outside. I don't have space here, that's why I'm writing inside. You can put it outside here somewhere. Here. So 17 plus 5, I will get 22. Now, I need to take one more. So 7 to 8 I have not written. So 7 to 8 is 15 in the start and 17 is the end. 15 at the start and 17 at the end. From 8 to 10, it is 17 from the start and 17 plus 5 is 22. I am not writing anything here because I will check this also. Whichever is maximum I will write here. So from 9 to 10, so last one will remain obviously, that is 9 to 10. Here 10 is the starting point, 10 plus 7 is 17. Out of, from here if you go, it is 17. From here if you go, it is 22. Whichever is maximum you should take. So out of 22 and 17, which is maximum? 22. Because when you are doing forward passing, you should take maximum value. So it is 22 here. So you have got the, when you complete the project, it is 22 days. So basically this will be the answer for your total project duration. It requires 22 days. However, anyway, we'll conclude it later. We'll do backward passing now. We have done the forward passing. We'll do backward passing. Okay. How to do backward passing? First, you got the last figure as 22. Now, in the latest finish time, you can write it as 22 here for 9 to 10. So, from 9 to 10, from 22, if you go backwards, okay, what will be the start time? 22 minus 7. 22 minus 7 is 15. You will write here as 15. So, here it is 15. Now, if you come backwards from here, 22 minus 70 minus 5, how much you will get? It is 17. Here also I will write 22, 8 to 10, 8 to 10 it is 22. 22 minus 5 is 17. So, you got 17. Okay. Now, you can take any one. You will take, next one is 7 to 8. 7 to 8 is here. So, 17, 22, okay, I have to start from here. So, I should write 22 here first. 22 minus 7 is 15. 22 minus 5 is also, here 15, here it is 17. So, 17 minus 2 is how much? 15. So, I will write 15 here. So, 7 to 8, earlier, finish is 17, start is 15. 17 and here it is 15. Now, 6 to 8, if you go back, 17 is the finish. Start is 17 minus 1 is 16 here. Then here it is 16. Okay. Now if you go backwards, now see here is the trick. Now you are going backwards to this event from two directions, 6 to 5 and 7 to 5. Here which you have to take? Minimum. Whichever is minimum you should take. Now 5 to 6, 5 to 7 we will see because it comes first. 5 to 7, it starts with 15. Ends with 15. 15 minus 8 is 7. 15 minus 8 is 7. Now let us see how much it comes here. Now when you are starting from 5 to 6, you are starting with 16. It's starting with 16. 16 minus 4 is 12. Here you are getting as 16 minus 4 is 12. Now out of 12 and 7, because two pathways are converging here. Okay. So out of these two, whichever is minimum you should take. Which is minimum? 12 or 7? 7 is minimum. So you should write 7. Because you are coming from here, whichever is minimum you have taken. So 7 is that you have to write here. Now the next path, it is activity is 4 to 9. 4 to 9, where is 4 to 9? 4 to 9 is here. Okay. So you are coming from 15. So write 15 here. So 15 minus 5 is 10. So you end up with 10. Now 3 to 5. 3 to 5 is here. You are coming from 7. So write 7 here. 7 minus 6 is 1. So you will write 1 here. Then 3 to 4. 3 to 4 is here. You are starting with 10. 10 minus 1 is 9. Okay. Here also you are converging, guys. Here also you are converging. So you have already written 9. You shouldn't have written 1 here. Here if you minus 10 minus 1 is 9. 7 minus 6 is 1. Whichever is minimum you should take. But minimum is out of 9 and 1. It is 9 here. Because 9 also you will get. But since 9 is higher than 1, so you will take 1 here. Because if you come from like this, 10 minus 1, 9 you will get. If 7 minus 6, 1 you will get. So out of 9 and 1, 1 is minimum because backward passing, coming backwards, it is minimum. So 1 I have taken. So I will rub this. 9 is not required, but here you have to write. Okay, 10 you are starting. Okay, 10 minus 1. So what you are getting is 9 here. Okay, but here you are not writing. There you have to write in every table. You have to write it. Now, the next one is 3, 2 to 4. 2 to 4 is here. 10 minus 1 is 9. Okay. So here you start with 10 minus 1 is 9. You have written there. Now, here again it is converging. Okay, let us see. 1 to 3 is how much? Starting from 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. Then 1 to 2. 1 to 2 is here. 9 minus 4. Starting with 9, 9 minus 4. Starting with 9, 9 minus 4 is 5. Okay. To fill this one, you have two these things, 5 and 0. Which one to fill? While backward passing, minimum amount. So 5 or 0, so 0 is minimum. So you are filling it 0 here. Alright. So in this way, you have filled. You have done the forward passing and you have done the backward passing. So when you do these things, you will get the forward passing and backward passing numbers. Now, so you have done activity time, time is there, earliest start, earliest finish, you have done. So only two things are remaining, total float and free float you have to calculate. So what is the formula to calculate total float? So I will write here, to find out total float is equal to latest start minus earliest start. So total float is equal to latest start minus earliest start. What is latest start? Latest start is this minus earliest start will give you total float. Okay. Now I don't have space here. However, I can write the total floats. Maybe I don't have space. However, I will write for one or two these things. You can, however, you can get to know how to write the total float. Now, total float is latest start time minus earliest start time. Latest start time for 1 to 2 is 5 minus 0. 5 minus 0 is, I will write it here. 5 minus 0 is 5. Okay. For 1 to 3, 0 minus 0 is 0. For third one, 2 to 4. For 2 to 4, if you do 9 minus 4, that is 5. In this way, you can write total float for all the activities. Okay. Now, what is free float? How to calculate free float? Now, to calculate free float is equal to, I don't have space, I will write it here itself. Again. Okay, you can write it in your notebooks. So, free float is equal to total float minus head event stack. Head event slack. It is called as free float is equal to total float minus head event slack. Now I will give an example. So 3 examples I will give, you have to do for the rest of the things. How to do it? So free float is, total float is already there, okay, for the activity. You need to find out head event slack. How to calculate head event slack? So for the activity 1 to 2, total float is 5. So I will write here is equal to 5 minus what is head event slack? Head event slack is nothing but from 1 to 2. Here is 1 to 2. So 1 to 2 into the ending event, head event slack is 9 minus 4 is the head event slack. 9 minus 4 is the head event slack. So 5 minus 9 minus 4. So how much is the free float? So I should calculate first. 9 minus 4 is 5. So this is equal to 5 minus 5, correct? So 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. So for the first activity 1 to 2, head event slack is 0. Why? Because it is 9 minus, sorry, is equal to 5 minus 9 minus 4. So you should write it actually, because the examiner also will get to know how you exactly have calculated the free float. So for the second activity, it is 1 to 3. So 1 to 3 is there. You have got the total float is 0. So I will write here as 0, 0 minus head event slack. So from 1 to 3, 1 to 3 is here. So ending event is 3. So total head event slack is 1 minus 1. So 0 minus 1 minus 1. So 0 minus 1 minus 1 is 0 only. So 0 minus 0 is 0. For the third free float. So 2 to 4. 2 to 4 is here. So the total float is 5 minus the ending activity is 4. Here the head event slack is 10 minus 5. So 10 minus 5. 10 minus 5 is 5, 5 minus 5 is 0. So like this you will get the total float. And this is how we will solve the problem. However, for this particular problem, I will write the entire total float and free float for your convenience. So I will take this entire thing off. So let me just write the total float and free float for all the activities. So I'll write activity. However, I have written the earliest and latest time. So total float and free float for each activity. For 1 to 2, total float is 5. This one is 0. So for 1 to 3, total float is 0 and free float is also 0. So for 2 to 4, total float is 5, free float is 0. From 3 to 4, total float is 8, free float is 3. From 3 to 5, total float is 0 and free float is also 0. From 4 to 9, total float is 5 and free float is 0. And for 5 to 6, total float is 5 and this is 0. And from 5 to 7, total float is 0 and free float is also 0. Then 6 to 8, total float is 5, free float is also 5. Then 7 to 8, the total float is 0, then free float is also 0. Then 8 to 10, the total float is 0, this is also 0. Then 9 to 10, the total float is 5, free float is also 5. So in a similar way, I have calculated all these things, and this is how you need to find out the earliest start and finish, latest start and finish, total float and free float. Okay. I'm sorry I could not show the critical path. I will just show you the critical path. When we had done the network here, 1 to 2, 1 to 3, then 4 to 4, then 4 to 9, then 9 to 10, then 3 to 5, 5 to 6, 5 to 7, 6 to 8, 7 to 8, and 8 to 10 was the so this were the activity times. Okay. So I think this was 4 here. Okay. Now you had got the early start and finish like this. This was 22 and 22. Fifteen and 15. This was 7 and 7. This was 16 and 11. Okay. So we had got the network something like this. So this is just I'm drawing the diagram again, not so neat, but anyway, you can understand this. So here it is 0 0, here it is 9 4, 10 5, 15 10, 20 20. Now here it is 1 1, 7 7, 16 11, 17 17, and 20 22. 7 7, 15 15, 17 17, and 20 22. Now what are the critical activities here? The line joining 0 0 and 1 1 will be a critical activity because the earlier start and finish should be both same. Here start is same, the end is 22 22 is same. Here 9 4 is not same. So here it is not a critical activity. Here it is 10 15. Here it is also not a critical activity. So 0 0 and 1 1 is there. So this will be joining with a double line. So this is a critical activity. Now, is this a critical activity? 1 1 joining to 1 7 7. Yes, both are same. Earlier start and finish. So it is a critical activity. Now, is this a critical activity? Joining 7 7 to 16 11. No, both are not same. 16 and 11 are not same. So not a critical activity. 15 15. Yes, it is a critical activity. Okay. Now, 16 11 and 17 17. No, this 16 11 is there. It's not a critical activity. So 15 15, 17 17. So here you join with the double line. So this is a critical activity. From 1717 to 2022, yes, this is a critical activity. Now this cannot be critical activity because 10 by 5, 10 and 5, 5 and 15 and 10. Now this line is not. So the line joining like this is a critical activity. Now you have to write the critical path. So the critical path for the problem is 1 3 1 3 5 7 8 and 10 is the critical path for this entire problem, and the total project duration is 22. The total project duration is equal to 22 days. Means to complete this entire project it will take 22 days. So that's what is the total project duration. So you have here in this problem you have first constructed the network diagram. Second, you have computed the earliest start and the latest start and finish times. Okay, earliest event times and latest event times you have calculated. You have determined the critical path and total project duration. Okay, you have done that. Third one. Fourth one, you have computed total float, TT, and free float. for each of the activity. So this is how you need to solve whenever they ask for critical path method problems. We will see the next problem in the next video. Thank you.